Hello my wonderful friends, Magus with you. And today we're starting a new series on the mystics. The mystics are the ones who became divinely wed to the infinite. They achieved union with God. As Jesus said, the Father and I are one. The mystics were genius at presenting the word that words cannot describe. They expressed it in song, in dance, in poetry, in sounds. And they were ostracized and persecuted for teaching that you don't have to go to a king or a priest or a church to reach God, but that the kingdom of God is within you, that every man and woman is only a conscious decision away from reaching Asha, the mind of God, heaven on earth. Most organized religion is at best a childish idea of God. And you know, as I'm saying that, I don't even want to say childish, because if they were more childlike, they would see God. But they have an animalistic idea of God. They will get into fear and anger and even go to war over their idea of God. They even war on the inside of themselves over their idea of God. Meister Eckhart said that any idea of God that does not comfort you is a lie. And of course Whitman, I'll read it here, says, "Argue not concerning God. Re-examine all you have been told at church or school or in any book, and dismiss whatever insults your soul." Hafez, the great Sufi mystic, wrote, "No one could ever paint a too wonderful picture of my heart or of God." How does that differ so much from what we are taught in churches today? We must know love and understanding never condemns, but always seeks to help and encourage. May your heart be renewed by these amazing mystics. And we're going to start with Rabia. She was a woman, she was born about 500 years before Rumi and was very influential in Rumi's writings. As a young girl, she was separated from her parents and she was sold into prostitution. At about the age of 50, she was bought her freedom by a rich patron, and she spent the rest of her life in prayer, meditation, and ministering and bringing healing to others. It was said she had a great healing gift and that people were always trying to pay her for it, but she would not take the money. And here's a little story of one time a patron left a bag of gold for her, and here's what she said: "Dear, if you leave that, flies will gather as if a horse just relieved himself, and I might slip in it while dancing." And another thing that she wrote that I thought was beautiful, this poem is called "It Works." "Would you come if someone called you by the wrong name? I wept because for years he did not enter my arms. Then one night I was told a secret. Perhaps the name you call God is not really his. Maybe it is just an alias. I thought about this and came up with a pet name for my beloved. I never mention it to others. All I can say is, it works." This one is called "In My Soul." In my soul there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church where I kneel. Prayer should bring us to an altar where no walls or names exist. Is there not a religion of love where the sovereignty is illumined nothing, where ecstasy gets poured into itself and becomes lost, where the wing is fully alive but has no mind or body? In my soul there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church that dissolves in God. This one's called "The Sky Gave Me Its Heart." The sky gave me its heart because it knew mine was not large enough to care for the earth the way it did. Why is it we think of God so much? Why is there so much talk about love? When an animal is wounded, no one has to tell it, "You need to heal." So naturally, it will nurse itself the best it can. My eye kept telling me something is missing from all I see. So I went in search of the cure. The cure for me was his beauty. The remedy for me was to love. To love is what it's all about. Are you calling God by his wrong name? Go inside and find that vibration of love, of peace, and you will find God. All right, my wonderful friends, let me know what you think of this series, and I'll do some more if you like it. And I love you guys so much. See you tomorrow.